Hey, hey, I'm on vacation every single day, cause I love my occupation. Hey, 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 I'm on vacation. If you don't like your life, then you should go and change it. Hey, 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 I'm on vacation every single day, cause I love my occupation. Hey, 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 I'm on vacation every single day, every single day. Every single day, every single day, every single day, every single day.
What's up, everybody? Adam Babender here in lovely Petaluma, California, the new home of the LML. One of my new resolutions this year, one of my New Year's resolutions this year was to read more. And I thought, what a better way to not only expand my knowledge, but to also keep myself accountable was to post a video once a month on the book that I read and kind of give some insights to what it is that I was reading. The book that I chose for this month, the first book, is The Law of Attraction, The Basics of the Teachings of Abraham by Esther and Jerry Hicks. Wonderful book. You know, since I was a kid, I always wondered why even a kid that was a single parent, from a single parent with 3 other kids in the house, why I always got everything that I always thought that I could get. Even when we didn't have any money, or, you know, my mom was at work or whatever the case was, I was always able to, if I put my mind to it and I put my energy to it and I felt like I wanted it, I needed it, I had to have it, I always got it. In about 2006, I remember being introduced to The Secret. And that's kind of when everybody kind of heard of this new word, law of attraction. And it was the big craze. So about 10 years ago, I was at a crossroads in my life. And, you know, I didn't know what I wanted to do or where I wanted to go or what I wanted to be. And so I started looking at changing kind of the way I thought about things and kind of expanding where I was. And I came across this book. And as I was reading it, in the middle of it, I lost it. Boom, poof, book went missing. And so I was kind of bummed out, so I kind of got into another book and so on and so forth. And then I took a trip with a friend of mine to Mexico and just kind of was, you know, just searching to kind of find some meaning, some answer, but I didn't know what it was. And so spent the 2 weeks there, had a great time, and when we got back to the airport in Guadalajara, I went into the little, you know, snack shack or whatever it is, and I went to go get some water. And as I went to go pay for it, lo and behold, this book was sitting at the front stand. And I still have the bookmarker that I got from the Guadalajara airport. And so I said, I gotta have it. This is a sign. Picked it up, went back home, and started reading it. In this book, there are 3 basic rules to the law of attraction. 1 being the law of attraction. 2 is the science of deliberate creating. And 3 is the art of allowing. When it comes to the law of attraction, the most important thing is your awareness that it exists. So the law of attraction is working whether you believe in it or not. And just like an AM/FM radio, you turn on the radio, you turn it to a certain station, and in comes the music that you expect to be there. Our brain waves are very much like the radio waves on the radio. So it's kind of like how you're thinking of a song and you're like, man, I haven't heard that song in a while, and I remember how that song used to make me feel, and oh man, I love that song. And you turn on the radio and what? That song's on the radio. Like, we were just talking about this song. No different than, you know, somebody talking about a car or, you know, a piece of material in some other aspect, you know, that you've never seen on the road before, whatever. And then all of a sudden, once you see it and you've talked about it, and all of a sudden you see that car everywhere, or you see that piece of machine in all the stores, or whatever it is. It's that in which you put your thoughts and your feelings into that starts bringing that stuff more and more into your life. And when it comes to the universe, it doesn't decipher between positive and negative. Basically, thoughts and energy and feeling equals what you get, period. So in the book, it talks about if you are unclear what it is that you want, meditation. You know, find a quiet place, get about 15 to 20 minutes aside, and just kind of sit there and quietly clear your mind, open yourself, you know, up, look inside to your inner self, and kind of see that vibration, you know, of what it is that makes you feel good, what it is that you want in life. You know, as you're meditating, sit there and ask yourself, you know, I want to know what it is that I want. You know, if you don't know what it is, ask yourself, what is it that I want? And over time, your mind will start to clear from all the clutter, and it'll start to bring that into your life. Once you know what it is, whatever it is, then the book talks about going into what's called the creative workshop. The creative workshop is also about a 15 to 20 minute, you know, activity. You can do it in the morning, afternoon, in the evening. You can do it, you know, throughout the day if you want. I typically try to do it in the morning. It's kind of when the kids are asleep, everybody else is out, and I could just go and have my quiet time and do what I need to do. You know, what's very important about the creative workshop is creating a good feeling. You know, you want to feel uplifted, you want to feel lighthearted, you want to feel happy, you know, and whatever it takes. If it takes, you know, picking up your cat and petting your cat, or, you know, sitting with your dog for a little bit. Big thing for me is music. I love music, and so to get me into a certain mood, I usually tend to go to music. Another thing is vision boards. As you can see behind me here, I have a vision board that I created, and it starts with health and entrepreneurial stuff. Huge, you know, very important, innovating thinkers of our time. I've got music, again, a musical artist. I love to create music. Vacations, adventure and fun, career, family, just everything. You know, I also have a picture up here of the Catch, the 49ers, and Dwight Clark. You know, so I come in here and I look at this, and it brings a lot of good emotional feeling with it. When you're looking at these things, you know, look for it and look at it with the want and intent of bringing it into your life, that it's possible, that you can have it, feel it. If you want to better understand what I'm talking about, I recommend pages 43 and 44 in the book, and it really goes over in detail kind of what it is that I'm talking about with the creative workshop and whatever works for you. Number 2 is the science of deliberate creation. The most powerful step in this is to know what you want. So you can't have the second step, the science of deliberate creation, if you haven't gone into the creative workshop and the meditation in order to figure out what it is that you want. It's a combination of being deliberate on what you want and being sensitive on how you feel. So if you're in line with what it is that you want, then you're going to feel good. But if you're not in line with what you want, you're going to feel negative. And when you feel negative, you'll bring negativity into your life. When you feel positive, you'll bring positivity into your life. Plain and simple. Your most important desire in life is seeking joy. You know, you want a desire to seek joy. You joy in anything that you do and everything that you do is the most important thing for you to want. The one thing that you want to know is that, you know, you're going to have background noise. And something that I was told by a mentor of mine is, you know, background music, you know, call it noise and it's negative. If you call it music, you know, you can kind of, you know, let it just play in the back without letting it bother you. But you're going to have this telling you all the types of nonsense that of things, you know, that you can't do it, that, you know, you're not good enough, that it's too much time, that somebody else out there's already done it. You know, and like Gary Vee says, fuck them all. You know, fuck your teachers, fuck your parents, fuck your, you know, the experts and the leaders out there that are telling you what to do and what not to do. Go with your gut. You know, go with what feels good on the inside for you. And what's most important is that you don't focus on your thoughts, what you're thinking. You know, because a lot of that noise, your inner thoughts are going to come in there. Focus on how you feel. You know, if it feels good, it's good. If it doesn't feel good, then switch it up. You know, do something different. People are going to try to influence you, your friends, your family, your coworkers, the news, etc., etc., etc. You know, don't be afraid to be alone. You know, be by yourself and try to find out who you are and what you want and what makes you feel good. Most of us, you know, create by default. You know, we just go around and we just say to ourselves, well, it just is the way it is. And when you think that it's just the way it is, then that's the way it is. We create that way either because we don't realize that we have choices or because we just don't understand what the laws are. Number 3 in the book was The Art of Allowing. This is an internal understanding that, and this was one thing that was really hard for me to kind of understand and grasp, something that I still work on, is kind of telling yourself that I am that which I am, and I'm willing to allow others to be that which they are. So what it is that you do affects you. You can't do something to affect somebody else. They can't do something to affect you. Now, only does that work if you're, you know, thinking something upon somebody else and they are themselves thinking upon that about themselves. Or they're wishing something on you and you yourself are feeling that way about yourself. It's kind of like the age-old, you know, don't wish bad things upon other people. Because when you wish bad things upon other people, if they're not wishing that upon themselves or feeling that way about themselves, it doesn't affect them. What it does affect is you. And that negativity, that feeling, that thought, that focus is what's going to cause that negativity to come into your life. Again, strong thoughts, strong feelings, you know, it is what you're going to get, whether it's negative or positive. All of the past feelings, thoughts, energies is what got us here today. Me, you, us finding each other in this video. If you create by default and you focus on what is, again, you're going to get more of what is. So start today by creating, you know, thoughts on what makes you feel positive, what makes you feel good, and deliberately move forward to get the things that you want in the future, because past thoughts got you here today. Today will get you where you need to go tomorrow. So here it is. If you want to stop default creating and you want to start deliberately creating the life in which you want, then here are a few things that the book suggests for you to do. Switch your negative thoughts and feelings and make them into positive ones. Switch your focus. Don't focus on your thoughts, but focus on how the way you feel. If it's negative, then focus on the positive. If it's positive, then continue to focus on that and bring more of that into your life. Begin seeing it, whatever it is. Begin seeing it clearly and positively. See it so clearly that you believe in it, that you feel it. Do it to the point to where you feel as if it's already happened. Check in. 15 to 20 minutes a day, every day, once or twice a week, whatever it is that you can find time, pockets of time in your day. Meditation. Keep checking back in and figure out what it is that you want. Is that still what you want? Is it still making you feel good? And then reassess. Go back to your creative workshop and see it, feel it, believe in it. And once you do that, you'll start to attain it. One of the things that I thought was really important in this book was the section on segment intending. So now you have, you know what you want. You have a vision board and you have visuals. You feel it. You have all these emotions coming at you. And once you start getting that, wave of feelings, it can become quite overwhelming. And when things become overwhelming over time, they can start to bring on negative feelings, negative thoughts. And that in turn can either bring in negative situations into your life, or it can start to prolong the positive feelings and emotions that you're feeling. Can prolong those positive things that you're trying to, attract into your life. So basically, segment intending is when you wake up in the morning, ask yourself, what is it that I intend to do, to feel? Get up, get in the shower, start brushing your teeth, go downstairs, you're starting to get ready for work. What is it that I intend to do in this segment? How do I intend to feel? You get in the car, start the car, you're getting ready to go to school or to work, whatever you're going. What is it that I'm intending to feel, to get out of this segment of my life? And play it through your head, break it down moment by moment. I intend to drive to work. It's going to be peaceful. Everybody's going to be using their blinker. I'm going to have wonderful music on the radio. I'm going to get to work on time. Once I get to work on time, I'm going to be greeted by all my coworkers in a lovely fashion. The work that I'm going to have on my desk today is going to be challenging, but I'll be able to, get through it during the day. I will clock out when I need to clock out, and I will have a nice drive, home. Break it down into segments throughout the day. And once you start to feel that positivity come into your life and you start to see how it works, then you can start to segment intend in other areas, in other ways, and then even bigger segments, if you will, from that. Be aware of each segment, be aware of each one and deliberately intend on how you want to, how you want it to look, how you want it to feel, and how you want it to end up. So always remember that doing, thinking, and speaking are powerful creating, okay? Once you start doing that, you're putting that energy out there, and that energy is coming back to you. And again, it doesn't matter if it's negative or positive. The universe doesn't decipher. Whatever you focus on and whatever energy you put is what you're getting. So like I said, you can't bring situations into your life unless you focus on them and you feel them. So let's just say that someone begins to have a conversation with you that is, kind of negative, and it makes you feel uncomfortable, brings a little negativity, feeling to you. That's okay. Kindly, gently guide that conversation into a positive one. I have a good friend of mine whose friend of his has cancer, and the prognosis doesn't look well. And, he started, getting into a conversation with me about what's going on and what he's going through. And it was kind of going down a negative path. And I stopped him and I said, well, why don't you go see him and talk about the treatments that he's getting and focus on his health, focus on his healing, focus on a positive outcome. Focus on the times that you guys spent together and the good times that you had, and have some laughs about that. Focus on the time that you have right here, right now, and the memories that you're creating while you have the time, and just gently kind of guide that conversation in that direction. Another thing is, with the homeless. A lot of people see the homeless out there and they feel sorry for them. They feel a lack for them. And when you see that and you feel that, that is what you are bringing into your situation. You're feeling a sense of sorrow. You're feeling a sense of lack of. And you're going to start attracting that into your life if you continue to focus on that. So look at that situation as, them getting back on their feet, and finding shelter and finding a program and finding housing. If you feel like you need to, maybe lend them some money or food or whatever it is, clothes, do things that's positive in that kind of a situation. Let me just read this quote real quick. So, the greatest gift that you can give another is the gift of your expectation of their success. Let me say that again. The greatest gift you can give another is the gift of your expectation of their success. Why? Because you are wishing them success. You are wishing them positivity, well-being. And that is what you are focused on. And that is what you will bring to yourself. Many of us also have conflicting beliefs. That in order to make a lot of money, we have to have a certain type of job, or we have to work, a lot of hours, or we have to have a certain degree. What's important is that we turn the volume down to that conflicting belief monologue in our head, and we really focus on the essence of what we want. And not so much that conflicting belief. It says, whichever draws more attention and feeling, regardless of what's negative or positive, is that in which you'll get. So again, whatever you put your focus and your energy into is what you're going to get. A while back, a Harvard business study found that 3% of their graduating class from their MBA program who wrote their goals down ended up making 10 times what the other 97% made combined in just 10 years after graduation. So 3% made 10 times more than the other 97 combined in just 10 years after graduation. And they found that those 3% are the ones that wrote things down. So I think the moral of that story is write it down. Right here I have a few sheets of paper, and this is how I usually do it here, is I'll put on here, I'll put I want X, whatever that I want, you know, and you do the creative workshop, you find out, you know, what makes you feel good and what you want, and you say I want whatever it is. You say I believe I can attain X because, and then come up with some reasons on why you believe that you can attain it. Then all the positives that come with X are, and list those down. And so once you start writing this down, you start to really put that focus in there, and you really start to feel that energy and that focus and that positivity that comes with it, and it exponentially drives the attraction to those things that you want. The other things that I do is I'll write down, you know, with that, I'll write down, you know, in 1 month, these are the few things that I want to do. In 3 months, these are the, you know, 1, 2, 3, 5, 10, 20, whatever it is. These are the things in the next 3 months that I want to do. In 6 months, these are the next, you know, things that I want to get done. And then I usually have, after 6 months, I usually do 1 year, 5 year, 10 year, 20 year, if it gets, you know, if you have goals that go that far. But the most important thing is always reassess. Always check back in. Do your meditation. Try to figure out if there's new things that you're trying to look for. Do your creative workshops. Reassess that visual on what you're doing, and then write it down. Write down the things that you want, how you want them. Be as detailed and descriptive as you can, and I promise you, you will see it come to fruition. Habits, they say, are created in about a 28-day period. So that's a month, you know, give or take a day or two. We're looking at habits are formed in about a month. So take it day by day, make a habit of creating what it is that you want out of life, and, you know, go out there and get it. A couple of things that I wanted to add my own little slice to it is that, you know, when I'm doing my meditation, the things that get me really focused, some people like it absolutely silent. Some people like to listen to, you know, trance or, you know, some type of other R&B or, you know, jazz or something like that. For me, I love to listen to Native American flute on Pandora or Spotify, whatever it is that you're listening to. You know, I put on a little Native American flute, and it's got, you know, the water running, it's got the birds, you know, chirping in the air, it's got the flute playing in the back, and man, does that put me right down into a meditative state like that. If I'm looking for, you know, kind of a happy, feel-good kind of a music, I look for Bob Marley, Matisyahu, the Dirty Heads, as you may have noticed that I had in the introduction. You know, that kind of just puts me in like a, you know, just, I can't describe it. It just puts me in a happy mood very quickly, and I'm ready to go. Something that keeps me really focused and, you know, doesn't break my concentration is Daft Punk, Gnarls Barkley. Just really just kind of drives it home and, you know, gets me focused, and I start writing, I start creating, and I start doing things. So those are just a couple of things that I do that, you know, might help you in the future. So hopefully you enjoyed this. Go ahead and check it out. Again, it's the Law of Attraction, the Basic Teachings of Abraham by Esther Hicks and Jerry Hicks. Thank you very much for your time. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions or comments, put them below. I'll put a couple of links down there to some of the things that I mentioned today. And, you know, again, LML, love my life. We out.
I'm on vacation every single day, cause I love my occupation. I'm on vacation every single day, every single day.